Okay, so now we're going to look at all of the possible questions that can be asked for question 2. Okay, try to master these and then you do well in question 2. Write as a single fraction. Now usually you will get two fractions and then we need to combine these. Okay, so these are here some examples. Number 2, factorize a quadratic expression. 4 terms, we have to use grouping. 2 terms, usually, almost all the time, we have to use difference of squares for the 2 terms. So let's look at a quadratic expression. A quadratic expression has the form ax squared plus bx plus c. Here, this is an example. For this one, a is 1, b is 5, c is 6, and look, we have another example here. 2x squared plus 11x minus 21, so it's basically 3 terms. Okay, and we have to know how to factorize this. If we have 4 terms, we have to know how to factorize using grouping. So here we have 4 terms, xy plus 2y plus 3x plus 6. To factorize by grouping, we split this into 2 terms here and 2 terms here, and then we say what is common between these two, and then what is common between these two. And then for 2 terms, almost all the time we need to use a squared minus b squared is equal to a minus b times a plus b. For example, p squared minus 1, that's the same as p squared minus 1 squared. And here now we have 4a squared minus 16. Now we need to recognize that this here is the same as 2a, all to be squared, and 16 is the same as 4 squared. The next one, number 3, subject of the formula. So for example, we get something like this. Make r the subject of the formula. When v is equal to pi r squared h, we need to bring across the h, bring across the pi, and then make r the subject of the formula. Similarly, we put r on one side and everything else on the other side to make r the subject of the formula. Number 4, write an algebraic expression given a worded problem. So we can get something like this. 4 pens and 3 erasers cost $5. 6 pens and 1 eraser cost $6. So we can let 4 pens be 4p, or let pens be p and let erasers be e. So then this line above would be 4p plus 3e is equal to 5, and then the other line would be 6p plus 1e is equal to 6. Let's look at another one. 3 consecutive numbers when added equals 9. So then if we have 3 consecutive numbers, we can let the first number be x. So then the next number would be x plus 1, and then the following number would be x plus 2. And that would be a 3 consecutive numbers. X, then x plus 1, and then x plus 2. Let's look at the other one. 4 is added to a certain number. Let's call this number x. The result is the same as halving the number, so half of x, and then adding 10. Squaring a number, let this number be x again, so squaring a number would be x squared, and subtracting 6 gives the same result as doubling the number, so doubling the number would just be 2 times x, and adding 9. Okay, number 5. Simultaneous equation. Well, that's this problem that looks like this. 2x plus y is equal to 6, y minus 2x is equal to 4. So this here would be equation 1, this here would be equation 2. We solve for x and y. Next one, number 6, expanding brackets. So you will be required to now expand brackets like these. So in the first step, it's a times c, and then a times positive d, and then plus b times c, and then plus b times plus d. So this one is the same steps as the first one. Then for something like this, it's 3x times a, and then 3x times positive b, and then minus 4 times 4, and then minus 4 times minus 3x. For this one, we need to expand this. So a minus b squared is the same as a minus b in brackets times a minus b in brackets, and then we expand it like how we did in the first 2 examples. Okay. Number 7, simplify a term. Usually you would be given something like this, where p cubed, q to the power 4 times q squared. I can write this as p times p times p, and then this would be times q times q times q times q 4 times times q all over 6 times q, and then we cancel stuff and simplify it. The same goes with this one here. Next one, substitute values into an expression. So they would give us a is equal to 4, b is equal to -1, and c is equal to some number, let's say 3. And then they would tell us now to solve for this, a plus b plus c. So we're just going to replace a as 4, b as -1, and c as 3. That's all we're going to do here. Look at the second one. The first thing we do, we plug in values for a and b, we square it, and then we multiply it by c. And if you look at the third one, we plug in values for a and b here. We find this value, find the square root of it, and then multiply by whatever c is, 3. Okay, so the next step, number 9, it's inequalities. And in inequalities, we would get something like this, where it's sort of making x the subject of the formula in disguise. So we bring all the x's on one side, either side, and put everything else, and then we would find for x the values of x. Now number 10, we have varies directly and indirectly. We need to know what this means. Now this here means a is directly proportional to x, so this also means that a is equal to some constant k times x. If we have something that is varying indirectly, then let's look at an example. If x varies indirectly with y, that means that x is directly proportional to 1 on y, the reciprocal of y, and then I can rewrite this now as x is equal to some constant k times 1 on y. And then this is just x is equal to k on y. And that's it. And if you master these questions, then you will get a full score in question 2.